Tasmania show, yeah.
Wagwan gang, back in this thing, and if you really gang, bang that like button. Show some love, it's free. And if you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, please keep your ass inside. Make sure you meditate so you can stay great. Get your Tazzies Baddies merch so you can elevate. You know we good in the hood. Just want to say shout out to my gang. Shout out to Mari, CAS, visual artist, Commonwealth, you already know. Look, today we just going to jump right into it. It's a lot of amazing things that happen. I can't wait to share with y'all. But today we are talking about LaRussell versus Lil Wayne. I didn't understand it, but it's just always something that's going on. First and foremost, I'm a huge Lil Wayne fan. Lil Wayne, I'm talking about the Carter mixtape, the dedication, No Ceilings. I remember when No Ceilings dropped. Big Wayne fan. Without Wayne, we wouldn't have any Drake, any Nicki. Wayne been doing his thing, for a minute. LaRussell got hip to him because of the artist Russ. And everything he's doing, being from the Bay Area and being independent, reminds me a lot of like what Nipsey, rest in peace, Neighborhood Nip. So I'm really trying to figure out, how does LaRussell and Wayne end up in the same conversation? When I get on the internet, I'm like, well, what we doing? Like, when idols, become rivals. I'm not sure if y'all saw, but again, I'm gonna big it all up. Big ups to LaRussell. He just signed with Rock Nation after his claim to fame for being independent, his backyard shows and everything like that. He did this really dope interview, watched the Breakfast Club. He said he had hit a tier, a plateau. There's a lot of different speculation about independence and, with Jay-Z with Tidal. I think even back when, and again, I think I did an episode, or I have to go back and I check, but I think that LaRussell turned down a Rock Nation deal before because of something mentioned in perpetuity. Long story short, that's not why we're here right now. I was trying to figure out, that was just backstory, because I like LaRussell, I like Lil Wayne, just gonna say that first and foremost. But apparently on this press run, and LaRussell snapped on his freestyle. I don't even know if LaRussell can freestyle, but if we really want to do a versus, I'm wondering, would y'all want to hear a LaRussell freestyle or Lil Wayne? If we just gonna put it out there, put that in the comments and let me know what y'all think. But LaRussell was on the True First podcast, and he said some things about he was a fan of Lil Wayne, but then when he grew up, he realized he lacked depth and substance. And I'm like, wait, what? Like music, there's times where you might want to hear something conscious. There might be some times where you want to turn up and you want to rap, or you want to be melodic, or whatever the case may be, but I really wasn't understanding of it. But I'm gonna just play the clip that LaRussell, what he says, so y'all can hear it directly from the source. I think my volume is on point. We on point? Yeah, we on point. Here we go. Let me see.
At the moment in my journey where I had grew a disdain for Wayne, just because I start listening to everything. I start maturing as a human, and I'm like, damn, this nigga wasn't talking about nothing for a long time. And
I think that's something about that.
As someone who grew up in these communities, right, and grew up with homies who I seen want to be bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangster and want to shoot all the gun bar and shit. Right. I've seen the negative that he contributed to the community, and I had to look man, what are the songs where he really talked about something and gave? And out of 1,000-song catalog, it's minute on this end.
It's like Georgia Bush.
And
right.
that do bother me. Tie My Hands.
That's
what
I was
going to
say. Tie My Hands is the only one I can think of.
And that's the thing. It's if I hug you once, but I slap the shit out you 1,000 times, your affinity for me is going, you're probably going to remember me for this. And a lot of people don't, as I mature, a lot of my old favorite artists, I'm now damn. Yeah. I love you because I learned how to rap to you, but when you look at the contribution, it's man.
Shouts out to...
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Look. I don't agree with that. I get it. Sometimes I feel like what we're discovering now, like they say, if it don't come out in the wash, it come out in the rinse. I think people are starting to really get to know the behind the scenes layers. But I will say Wayne has been out since he was 16 years old. Hot Boys, you name it. Wayne is a lyrical genius. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know in what it's I can say that I might have outgrown when I listened to Wayne, right? I was listening to Lil Wayne, No Ceilings. It was a time No Ceilings, motherfucker, good morning, dick. I'm talking about I got a bitch name, just wordplay, Scrabble, you know what I'm saying? The way that he's been able to bend words. Also, too, not in defense, Wayne is so out of touch. You ask him, does he know who Lil Nas X is or whoever the artist is at the time? We know that Wayne has been under his influence. And I think that the timing of it is again, I love the artists that share their opinion and on these platforms and things like that. But it's like Wayne has been around for so long. I feel like the one time that I really saw Wayne get his flowers and it made me happy. Again, we heard the whole Super Bowl accusations and we heard whacked out my murals, Kendrick, like all these different things. And even when the Grammys came, he said he needed to work hard again. He has a lot of respect from the people that it matters from, his kids. Shout out to Regine, all of his kids. But I watched that Air Talk episode, and if y'all haven't yet, man, because this isn't about like always sympathy for Wayne, but it's just like the respect that he gets as a father. Like there's things that we don't know personally. I know lyrically, Wayne, and the way that you got rappers and you have storytellers. Maybe what LaRussell is saying is that it doesn't have any depth in the stories. Like How to Love, for example, is a really great record. Like like the concepts. I feel like when Wayne gets on a record, you just expecting the bars. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that was delivered in the most eloquent way. I'm not knocking what LaRussell says. He has this freedom of speech. But when I'm seeing LaRussell versus Lil Wayne, I'm like, and what? Like, LaRussell ain't been around long enough to even be in a versus Lil Wayne conversation. And I'm a huge LaRussell fan, but I also think that they came through with two completely different blueprints. You're talking about somebody that came through Cash Money kicking down a door, and then you got somebody, LaRussell, that's building it from scratch, but I'd be curious, like, yeah, we might not, like, I think, who was I listening to, like, the albums, what was it, the Carter 3, the Carter 2, yeah, Let the Beat Build, 3P, that's, like, around the last times that, like, I was really, like, checking. Today, I'm not sure if I'm checking for a Lil Wayne album. I'm just keeping a stack with you. Am I here for the verse still? Yeah. Am I here for the album? Nah. But Wayne, in my opinion, you got album artists and then you have single artists, and I feel like that's like what I think of Wayne. But to just say that he ain't saying nothing, man, like maybe he might not be speaking to you. It's no different than to your lifestyle. Andre 3000 playing the flute. He said he couldn't figure out nothing else to say at his age. But then you got Jay-Z doing a God did verse, and then you got the Clips winning a Grammy for the verse of the year with Chains and Whips. Like there's the ageism in these gaps or the relevancy in different things. I think if anything, it might be the relevancy. I think Wayne, if we talking about cultural impact, let's not get it twisted. Like, okay, whether he had people, everybody became a Lil after Wayne, the tats on the face, and whether the influence was what you liked or not, Lil Wayne, you could watch his kids talking about that on the podcast. Like everybody wanted to dress like Wayne. I'm talking about truck fit. I'm talking about skateboarding. You know what I'm saying? I feel like him and like Pharrell, it's like we're anomalies in the world that they came out of. Very, very different. Yeah, you got the gangster, you got the different thing. But when he went from blood to a skater, he rebranded himself. I'm not saying that he wasn't in that world, but it was a part of the rebranding. And you got kids coloring their hair, putting the little in their name, tatting their face. You know what I'm saying? So someone could be like, look at all these Lil Waynes that we created. My thing is cultural influence and impact hits. Like, wobbity, wobbity, drop it. Like, we wanted Wayne, Lauren London. Like, and what I'm just saying, just like Nivea, like, Wayne was that guy. And I think that sometimes when the guy isn't that guy in the realms of whatever thing people have going on, it's like they just want to erase the relevancy. Like, nah, like, I don't know what negative impact, but this whole rap industry at sometimes when you look around, it look like a whole bunch of Lil Waynes. I bet Lil Wayne got more sons in this game than people that are following after the Jay-Z's and Nas's. No disrespect, it's lyrical, but I'm thinking that you can't see a replica of that. Like, wanting to dress like him. Cam Carter, his son, when he had his birthday party, really wanted to emulate his dad, the melody, the singing. Like, I don't know, man. But like I said, the topic just caught me off guard. I didn't understand from jump, like, why are we talking about this, LaRussell versus Lil Wayne? I feel like people just getting bored by the day, coming up with different things. Yes, LaRussell brought it up on the podcast, but y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think that Lil Wayne lacks substance and he ain't talking about shit and he really can't rap? Would you want to see a LaRussell versus Lil Wayne? Who y'all got? Who y'all think gonna be the better freestyler? Oh, my computer, I don't know why I did that, but listen, I want to know in the comments. Let me say that again. Do y'all think that if it's LaRussell versus Lil Wayne, do you really believe that Lil Wayne lacks substance and that LaRussell has more substance? Do you feel like sometimes when your rappers evolve or they're not evolving, do you have to just go pivot and listen to something else? Does it change their discography? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all want to see LaRussell in a freestyle battle versus Lil Wayne? Let me know who y'all got. If you really gang, bang that like button. Show some love, man. We trying to run it up. And if you like the vibe, subscribe. If you don't have good energy, please keep your ass inside. You tune into the Tasmania Show with Taz Tycoon. Let's grow. Tycoon running up the score, Tazzy's baddies on the floor. And that ass is super fatty, call me Zaddy, throw some more. Super nasty, she a savage, slaughter fucker like a whore. Popping bottles, foreign models, Tycoon on the world tour. Shorty, what you bad for? Turn this to a hit-a-thon, damn, all your bitches bad, tell them they can come along.